The Arizona Cardinals quarterback plans just took a wild turn. Breaking NFL news is huge for what the Cardinals were maybe or maybe not planning to do this offseason. I'll tell you exactly what I'm talking about here on Cardinals Today, presented by Prize Picks. I'm your host, Joey O'Donohue, and let's just get right into the update here because Adam Schefter tells us this just in, the NFL is declining to hold a supplemental draft this summer, currently leaving the 2027 draft as the only way for quarterback Brendan Sorsby to enter the NFL, everybody. That's right. No supplemental draft after all. So there goes that avenue for the Cardinals and trying to get Brendan Sorsby on the roster. Essentially, a letter being sent to Sorsby and to all 32 NFL teams to inform them of the league's decision. The league continues to try to show it has little tolerance for gambling issues, making a big statement here. And that's exactly what it is, though. So it's gambling issues. It was always going to be a risk. And the letter that the NFL sent to Sorsby was quite strong. They said, the league has not conducted such a draft for several years, and prior to your submission, the league had no plans to do so this year, as no other players have sought entry. Your petition, filed 3 business days before the deadline without any supporting information or documentation, and only after abandoning your recent litigation efforts to avoid NCAA sanctions, does not provide a basis for the league to alter those plans. Those are strong words. They just called them out. They said there's no research, or there's not enough time for the NFL to look into what Sorsby did, how big of an issue it is. And as you can tell, the NFL is really strong against gambling. But like they have a no tolerance policy for that stuff. So, yeah. In short, Ian Rappaport says, based on the timing, inability to investigate the gambling issues in time, and the hope to avoid a distraction for teams prior to the season, there will be no draft. There is no other avenue for Sorsby to enter the NFL. So that means can't join the Cardinals this year. And I'll say this, what I've always said, Sorsby was a massive risk. I get that there's the upside. I get that maybe you could have bid a second, third round pick on him, and he's a first round talent. Well, that's not guaranteed, first of all, that he is going to be really good in the NFL. And now you got all these issues that it's like he might not have even been able to play in the NFL if the NFL does an investigation and finds, oh, yeah, we can't have this guy in the league. And the bets were ranging a wide variety of not just baseball, but he's betting on UFC, tennis, Romanian soccer, Turkish basketball, and even the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Like, it was an addiction. It was an issue. That was always a risk. I almost think the Cardinals dodged a bullet here. Okay, it was a big deal. Sorsby was betting on his own team, placed 40-plus bets that involved Indiana, wagered over $90,000 over 4 years, made bets even still after transferring to Texas Tech. And so I get the Cardinals need a quarterback. I get Brissett's giving you all this drama. And Sorsby could have maybe been a talented player with some upside, but the last thing the Cardinals needed right now surrounding their franchise was more quarterback drama. Get him in the quarterback room, and then boom, he's suspended, or whatever it is, like gets in trouble for gambling again later, because again, it's an addiction. That is the last thing your football team needed, especially bad football teams. They don't need this kind of drama around them. Like, the Cardinals are trying to get serious. They're trying to get right, and you've already got to deal with Jacoby Brissett and his drama. This would not have been good. So that's what I say about it. What do you guys think in the comment section? Let me know your one-word reaction to the news that there will be no supplemental draft. Comment one word down below. Get creative. Get funny. Let me know, and I'll read your comments. One-word reaction to the news that Sorsby can't enter the NFL this year. So what's next for the Cardinals then? How does this affect their plan now that there's no option at all for Sorsby to be in the mix? That is what's coming up on today's show. But I want to let you know that today's show is made possible by SeatGeek. When it's time to get out of the house, there's not many better options right now than a sporting event. Use code CHAT10 to get 10% off your next set of tickets. MLB is in full swing. NFL schedule is out. And you can now get World Cup tickets on SeatGeek. This could be a once-in-a-lifetime experience to go to a World Cup game while it is in America. For me, I'm looking at the Cardinals' home games. They've got 9 of them. And I want to watch Jeremiah Love play. He's He's a playmaker. It's going to be fun to see in person. So if you want to, also, SeatGeek has your back. Each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're getting a good deal. So look for the green dots. Green means good, red means bad. And, of course, I have a code for you guys. You can use code CHAT10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That is 10% off any tickets with promo code CHAT10. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. Thank you, SeatGeek. So, moving on to the Cardinals quarterback situation. Now, going forward, well, we await the Jacoby Brissett saga. We await to see if they reach an agreement, if the Cardinals agree to give him that raise. I imagine they're going to say they don't want to extend him, and he's like, I want to be paid as a starter going forward. That's just clearly not logical for the Cardinals. Okay, they're trying to get their franchise quarterback who's young next year in the draft, or maybe they think it's Carson Beck, but it's not Jacoby Brissett. So they've got to come to a conclusion there, but they do want Jacoby to be the Week 1 starter. What I will say with this Sorsby news, we're back to a Carson Beck opportunity. There's a window now. There's an opening for Beck to start sooner rather than later, especially if we can't figure out this Week 1 thing. If we can't figure out this Jacoby Brissett thing by Week 1, we're closer to Beck than ever. I'd almost guarantee you he plays this year. He might even be in contention to start this year in Week 1 because there's not a lot of depth in that room. It's just Minshew and Beck behind Jacoby. Reportedly, and this was reported a long time ago, Minshew's the 2, Beck's the 3, but that could so very easily change depending on how Beck looks in training camp and in preseason. He could earn his way up that roster. I would love it if he did. I wasn't high on him coming out of the draft, but you know what they say, everybody loves a backup quarterback until the backup quarterback plays. But right now, there's a lot of hype around Carson Beck in Arizona. Jeremiah Love actually talked about him and said Carson is a great football player and an even better person. I'll say that's what I like about Beck. I like his work ethic. I like his attitude so far. He is grinding. Like, he comes to work and he's not playing any games. He is grinding. He's not saying, I'm quarterback 3, I'm going to sit back and do whatever. Or he's not even saying, I should be a quarterback 1. He's pouting about it. He's coming in, doing his job, and going to work. And that's only going to get you further in the NFL. That's only going to help your career and the ascension of your career. So, my take, honestly, you're the Cardinals. What do you have to lose playing Carson Beck? Okay? Just play him. Honestly, let's see what we got. Okay? Apparently, they're really high on him. Let's see your quarterback evaluation skills then, Arizona. Throw him out there. Let's see. Why not? I'd rather do that than deal with Jacoby Brissett and pay him a whole bunch of money. Like, fine. Jacoby's going to cause the problems. See ya. Start Beck and draft the quarterback in 2027. It's that simple. And maybe on the off chance Beck balls out, you don't need to draft another quarterback, and you got your guy, and everybody's happy. It's almost a win-win playing Beck. But Jacoby, he plays losing football. You're going to bench him anyway. So, yeah, it's really just going to come down to, will Jacoby bite the bullet and be like, fine, I'll start. Either way, I talked about how I like Beck's attitude. Like, I'd rather his attitude than Jacoby's right now. So, what do you got to lose? Just play the kid. See what happens. Next thing, something really interesting, actually, is the Cardinals have signed 6 of their 7 draft picks, but Beck is the one that remains unsigned. Why is that? Who knows? Could be negotiating some bonuses, some guarantees in the nature of how much Beck gets used this season. We shall see. Very interesting. He's the only one they haven't signed yet. My prediction, though, maybe contrary to my take, what I wanted, is I do think Brissett is the Week 1 starter, but Beck plays later in the season. So I think somehow they're going to come to some agreement where both sides cave a little bit, right, make sacrifices, because Jacoby is who they want to start Week 1. He's not going to get the money he's looking for, I don't think, but he'll get a little bit extra, and he'll start Week 1, and then Beck plays later in the season when the Cardinals aren't good with Brissett running the show. We saw it last year. You're going to see it again. But that's my take on what actually happens. However, if they don't reach that agreement, they really are at a stalemate, right? Because reports showed that they're far away right now. So if they can't reach anything, then you're going to have to move Brissett, trade him, or cut him. And now the door's wide open for Beck to play soon, if not Minshew first. And all of a sudden, there actually is a team that just emerged as a trade destination for Jacoby Brissett. I'll show you exactly what I mean in just a moment. But let's talk about our Prize Picks question of the day, everybody. I want you guys to predict who will start for the Cardinals in Week 1. Go down to the comments section right now, and if you think Jacoby Brissett will be the starter, type his initials, type JB. If you think Carson Beck starts in Week 1, type CB. Let me know in the comments section the quarterback you think will start. This will be the pinned comment on today's show. It's the Prize Picks question of the day. And while you guys are answering that question, I'm going to show you the Prize Picks lineup that I have cooked up for the big soccer tournament going on today. We're starting with Bosnia, okay? I played a lot of soccer video games, so I played a lot with Edin Dzeko, and I think he's going to have more than half a shot on target. And then I talked to my soccer guy here at the company. He told me to take this Brazilian attacker for more goals plus assists. So I'm all in. And Vinicius Jr., he's a star. He scored last game. Prize Picks giving you an awesome discount where you can pick him for more than 1.5 shots. So I love that. So that's my lineup, $10 lineup to pay out $35. You guys can make the same one. And new user offer, download the Prize Picks app today. Use code HMA. Get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Link is in the comment section and description of today's video. That's code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. It is the New York Jets. You want to talk about dysfunctional organizations? Let's talk about New York Jets football. So essentially what has happened with the New York Jets is Geno Smith is in a ton of trouble all of a sudden, okay? He is being investigated because of an assault claim that was made against him, all right? And the Jets are one of the teams that were rumored to be in on Brendan Sorsby. And just to be clear, Sorsby cannot be signed as a free agent. He can play in other professional leagues, not the NFL in 2026, okay, based on this news. So if Geno Smith is in trouble over there and he can't start, the Jets have literally no one. They are absolutely cooked, absolutely screwed. Brady Cook was the worst quarterback we've ever seen last year. Bailey Zappi, I mean, come on, he was on the Browns practice squad. No chance. And so you're banking on fifth-round rookie Cade Klubnik. Yeah, the Jets would need to go trade for a quarterback, and Brissett would be perfect for them. It's exactly what they were trying to do in trading for Geno Smith, trade for a vet. So check that out as an opportunity. The Jets might be looking to buy quarterbacks pretty soon. They'll need somebody if this Geno news hurts their team. But that'll do it for Cardinals today, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. Hit that subscribe button if you have not already, guys. Appreciate you all tuning in, and I'll have you updated anytime there is Cardinals news and rumors. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you soon.